Entertainment news. All right, it is the big weekend in Hollywood. It's time for the Academy Awards, and we have entertainment expert Rick Bentley here to maybe give us a preview of what to expect. I also think it's helpful to know what are the top few contenders. Like if I want to catch up and watch some of the top few so I can, have my own opinion. He's going to help us with that.
Yeah. All right, so Rick joining us now.
You kind of waited the last minute, didn't you? I mean, it is Sunday with the awards show.
This is literally what happens to me every Oscars. Like I sit there and I watch and I go, I haven't seen this film, I haven't seen this film, I haven't seen this film.
And so I have no opinion. Yeah, it's hard.
And what I'm expecting this year is a big change in trends.
Okay.
For the last 10 years, we've seen all these films win Best Picture that nobody saw.
Right.
I mean, everywhere,
obscure films.
Everywhere, all the time.
Yeah.
Parasite. I mean, Code. These are all great films, but nobody saw it. I think we finally reached the Titanic year, when you get one of the big pictures at the box office is probably going to end up winning Best Picture.
Okay.
I'm thinking it's going to be Oppenheimer.
I was going to say, I mean, you think about what we saw. I mean, there was back in the summer months in July, we saw this. What was it called? Barbenheimer.
Right.
Something like that.
And we're going to see that effect. Trust me. But what we're going to see is that Oppenheimer is going to win the top awards. It's going to win Best Picture. It's going to win Best Actor for Cillian Murphy. Although I really do kind of wish Paul Giamatti would win that award, but
for what?
For holdovers.
Holdovers. Okay,
Yeah, again. These are a lot of films, even after the Oscars, I would wish people would go out and see The Holdovers. It's a wonderful film.
Do you think it's been underrated?
I think it got overshadowed by Barbenheimer. We got so much hype about that. And again, it's a small film about, a college professor who stays at a boarding school for kids during the holidays and has, students who can't go home, he has to stay with them. It becomes this sort of connection between student and teacher. It's really beautifully done. Yeah, and then like American Fiction, it's not going to win a lot of awards, probably just one for writing, but that is so well written. I have never seen a film that handles racism so well and so entertaining and gets a point across without being, slapping you in the face. But again, after the Oscars over, doesn't mean you have to start watching next year, because there's not a lot of good stuff been out so far this year. But I would say go back, go back. Barbie's going to pick up a lot of. They're going to feel bad that Barbie didn't win Best Picture because everybody loves Barbie. Right. So it's going to pick up a lot of production, costume design, production design, and it deserves that. It's a beautiful film to look at. So, so you're going to see that sort of, nod to it that way.
Kind of like top. It's going to get the respect from the Academy, right?
Yeah. And it's probably going to get Best Song.
Oh,
the Billie Eilish song.
Billie Eilish.
Yeah.
Well, come on. What about Ryan Gosling?
I Am Ken, or what is that called? He's going to perform this weekend.
I don't know what you're talking about. I refuse to accept that one. But I do believe the Billie Eilish song will win with Best Song. So, so we're going to see that sort of way of honoring it. The Oscars love to sort of spread it around. But I do think this will be that year where we go, the film that really was the big box office hit finally won Best Picture. And it's been a while.
Okay, so if there's top 5 films, like if you wanted to watch maybe 3, all right, that's probably more realistic than 5, that you haven't seen, some of the top films that are going to be talked about a lot this weekend, what should you watch?
Well, Killers of the Flower Moon has kind of gotten overlooked, and I think Lily Gladstone is a lock for Best Actress.
Oh, okay.
That's the Martin Scorsese film, and it is a great film. It was my Best Picture of the year when I made it in my top 10 list.
I remember that.
Yeah, I definitely want that. I still push American Fiction. That is incredible. The Holdovers is one you go out and find it, because everybody's going to probably have seen Oppenheimer and Barbie. So you need to sort of look for these other things. And the surprise film that could pop up and mess this whole thing up is Poor Things, the Emma Stone film that is so bizarre and so weird. But sometimes the bizarre and the weird comes through. So
I wanted to watch that ever since you talked about it in your end of the year review, because I love Emma Stone, and because it is the strangest premise I've ever heard.
It is, implanting the brain of your dead baby in a dead woman and bringing her back to life, and her sort of growing. But when you watch it, there's this sort of reflection of life, of growing up, of connecting with people. But again, for Emma, I wish, Lily Gladstone seems to be the lock. But this was such a broad performance by Emma, so compelling, and yet she's probably going to get overlooked for what should have been an Oscar for her. So maybe a tie.
And I got to ask you, because this has been a huge debate, the red carpet is back.
Right.
After the champagne carpet that they
Yeah. Don't mess with tradition.
Right.
And that's what we were saying.
Exactly.
It is the red carpet. It's not just the color anymore. It's the idea of it. It's symbol.
Well, why don't we just do the brown escalator?
Yeah.
If you're gonna change,
change something else.
Yeah, no, stick. There are certain traditions we like, and we, there's something to say for familiarity,
right?
And so that's what I'm saying. Keep those traditions. The red carpet. Last year's winner gets to present this year's best actor and best actor. Those are the things I really like seeing about the Oscars.
All right. Well, you're going to join us again on Monday, and we're going to get your take on the snubs and
we'll
all
see
the things.
how bad my predictions were.
And hopefully no slaps.
I'm rooting for you, Rick.
Hopefully no slaps during the Oscars.
And no
All right.
snubs.
So again, you can watch the Oscars on Sunday. Thanks, Rick.
Thank you, Rick.